Kreechures is a crypto collectible RPG. So you can think about crypto kitties, the collectible aspect of something like that project and Ethermon and whatnot. But I also want to add elements where, you know what, if you just want your baseball card and you want to have it and collect them all and keep it for 30 years, then that's, we have something for you there as well. But I want to provide something a little bit deeper than that for those players that want that experience. So right now, when we're playing games, when we actually have time, we spend a lot of time in our favorite games over time, but it kind of the experience starts and stops in that game. Like I've played thousands of hours of Civilization, but the experience of playing that game really starts when I turn it on and it stops when I turn it off. And that investment just stays in game. And what I'd like to do is provide an opportunity where, if you make an investment in your creature, you're spending time with them. It is an NFT, so you're going to have that in your wallet, and you can take that. And the hopefully not so long-term goal is any other app can take that NFT, you've leveled up your creature, maybe you've gotten some equipment or whatnot, and integrate that in their game so that you can continue the experience outside of this, one game that I'm making. I don't want to monopolize that experience and that bond with your creature. Take them out somewhere else and play with them there and experience it there. So really, it's a crypto collectible RPG, and hopefully I'll make something fun for more than just myself.
No, that's very interesting, and I see the community's really got behind you, which is great. And we certainly need more people like you to come in and develop some more sort of earn and spend and unique experiences like you've created. I know sort of like the NFT market has really kicked off recently, which is amazing. Really, I didn't believe it was going to kick off as much as it did, but it has really boomed. It's the next big thing in crypto, isn't it? So is this sort of like a long time sort of like project for you? Did you think of this a while ago? Is it a sort of like a new project which you've only just really started working on? And is it only you, or have you got like a team behind you?
Yeah, so it's the actual work of digging in and creating, actually making something and delivering something that just started in the last few months. I've been kicking around the idea for probably upwards of a year with all the craziness that's going on. I think we all have had a little bit more time to
Yeah.
think and look for outlets for creativity. But the actual work just started, a couple months ago. And then, yeah, as far as the team, it is just me. However, I've brought in some artists to create the creatures themselves, and then I have some developers that help me here or there, or be my backup during the day, should something catastrophic happen, or handle some social media while I'm actually at my day job. Yeah, it's a solo project, but I have other people that help me out from time to time.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So you've obviously got another job as well. So you you must be very busy with everything going on.
Yeah, I've got a very understanding family right now, and yeah, I've just made sure the only thing that's helped is developing those relationships and making sure that I feel comfortable essentially handing off during the day, and then I really just shut down. Like certainly I check Twitter and whatnot during my lunch, but other than that, it's a completely separate computer, completely separate. I'm not even seeing those notifications during the day because it means so much to me that I have backup, but if I don't separate it completely, then it'll affect my focus during the day, and I certainly don't want that.
Going forward, then, is there sort of like a roadmap or?
Yeah, absolutely. So, one, yeah, the product board, the roadmap, to actually provide some expectation with the players. That'll be coming out. I'll have that out. It's developed, but actually, in a manner where it's published for others. That'll be out in the next week. But essentially, what we've got rolling out is one combat, and this is playful combat. So the creatures themselves. It's way more advanced than we are. by eons. But on their trip here, they've discovered some things that they no longer experience. Like our art, for example. Their art and their music and all of that is quite a bit different than ours. And as they've started to learn about our media and whatnot, they've really fallen in love with it. So the pictures that you're seeing coming out are actually the creatures painting each other. And they love it. They're not exactly learning so much about like what complementary colors are, but they're having fun doing it. And then leading into the combat, it's more like children would play, whether it's cops and robbers or whatever. It's a very playful combat, but combat's being rolled out next. And then we're certainly have got a little bit deeper training system than what's there now. No one's going to lose their stats or anything like that, but it'll be a little bit deeper than what's at present. So we got combat, a little bit deeper training, and then some of the critical things like wallet support, so that people can click the magic button and have the NFT sent to their wallet, and so that you have some comfort that yes, I'm playing this game. It's an NFT, but now it's actually mine because if what's the famous saying, right? Not your keys, not your crypto. So that'll be coming out very shortly. In addition to some other activities, we've got breeding, and then some outside of training and in combat a little bit of a story mode. So there's some activities focused on that as we learn a little bit more of why are they coming here? Like they are very advanced. Their intelligence we can't even comprehend. So why are they coming out? Hanging out with us. Based on what we know, they could go anywhere. So we're going to explore that a little bit more.
Oh no, you have. That sounds really interesting. So, are you going to be part of the KRE?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Ken is just an amazing cryptocurrency and the foundation, the idea of the Cree. From my perspective, I just think it's one of the most beautiful things in crypto because the other cryptocurrencies that exist today are. And I don't work for the Ken Foundation. I don't get anything. I'm no different than anyone else. But the other cryptocurrencies that are out there today, they have set a foundation and are critical to getting us here. But at the end of the day, I can go buy a few graphics cards and burn electricity and potentially join a poll and be rewarded. Which it was a foundational element we needed to get here. But with Kin and the KRE, the Cree, you know, it's not me burning electricity, like me creating something that is exciting, that is delighting, that is providing value to players and users. I get rewarded for that, and it's a very generous reward at that. So that just appeals to me as a creator on so many different levels that I just love it, and we're absolutely going to be. I'm absolutely going to be a part of the Cree itself. There's going to be plenty of earns and spins, and when you're talking about your earns, it's going to be your typical gaming achievements and whatnot. Whether it's reaching certain milestones first, and then certainly being consistent in your activity. So there'll be like some commitment based earns as well, and then the spins are absolutely so one. Everyone that pre-registered and everyone that's signed up in the app today, an early adopter, they're getting Gen Zero creatures, quote unquote, for free today, and they deserve it. They are at the beginning of any project, at the very beginnings like this is. It can be bumpy from time to time. Sometimes not all the features you want are there on day one, and that's absolutely true of Kreechures. So we have our own little warts and whatnot. There's going to be some frustrations. On launch day last Friday, not yesterday, the previous Friday, on my very first day, there was a cert issue, and everyone was getting the scary notification in Chrome
Yeah.
about an untrusted site, and that was
Yeah, I've
fixed
seen that.
relatively quickly. But it shouldn't have been there in the first place. It was my fault. But that's one of those things that the early adopters are having to deal with. And then fast forward into like 2 days ago with the DNS issue this past Thursday, where everyone that relies on Azure DNS, all of their sites went down. So it's been a little bit stressful the first week with a couple of those issues. But back to my point, like those early adopters, they deserve it. They've gotten they'll be getting that Gen Zero creature, which is limited. Only 20,000 will ever be created for Gen Zero. And then after that, it's I will not be creating any more creatures. Like they will only exist from breeding, which occurs a little bit different in game. And then the 1,000 bonus kin that went out yesterday to the or early this morning to the early adopters. They're getting taken care of because they deserve it. But creatures aren't going to be free forever, or Gen Zero creatures won't be free forever. So there'll certainly be some spins there. In addition to I hopefully. At some point, I'll have all of the foundational elements there that if someone wants a quote unquote like pro subscription for a couple of extra little pieces of equipment or whatnot a month to support the project, that'll be there. It's certainly not pay to win. You can be a subscriber, you can buy everything in the game that is available, but if you're not playing with your creature and bonding with your creature every day, then someone who is paying nothing but is going to crush you. So it's definitely not pay to win. I hate those.
Yeah, same.
And then there will be some, some fees when you're talking about buying and selling, or in-game buying or selling, and breeding as well.
That's very interesting. So, like, one of the reasons I really wanted to have a chat with you as well is I'm an avid gamer. I've played like MMOs, did various like RPGs, and just I love that type of thing. And I've always thought that kin could be really utilized in games a lot more than they currently are. Um, and I really can't wait to see how it plays out in your app. I'm part of this Telegram group, and there's just so many people in there, like so hyped for your project to go live. This was a few weeks ago, so I thought, you know what, I definitely have to reach out and get you on.
Yeah, no, that's great to hear. Thank you for sharing that. And yeah, when you're talking about whether it's creatures or any game or anything at all, like there's very few things that are for everyone. So I've gotten some great feedback. I've gotten some like, what is wrong with Rufus? He is the ugliest thing in the world. And then I've also got like, we're tired of the other two. Give us Rufus. If you Google like the Great Pyramid of Giza, it has like 4.6 stars. There are like plenty of 1 and 2 star reviews for the Great Pyramid of Giza, and I have to kind of remind myself that from time to time, like it's not meant for everyone. There's not much in this world that is meant for everyone, but players like myself, like maybe you, some others that appreciate this type of game and experience. Hopefully I can make something that's fun for them. Thank you for sharing that.
No, so I mean, you've hit the nail on the head, really. Everyone likes different types of games, so you're never going to please everyone. But I think the main thing as well is you're early. You're early to kin. Yes, kin's been out for what, I don't know, 2017 or wherever it came out. But it is still early. I mean, with the sex situation, I won't go down there. But it's still technically so early compared to how many apps are in the ecosystem and how many apps could be here by the end of year. And I think you're in a good position, obviously, with like the KRE. Because you're bringing real spends by the sounds of it, and you'll have some interest in earns. So yeah, no, I'm sure everyone really appreciates that. So are you looking at expanding the team in the future, or are you looking to do anything else maybe in the future? Any other projects you're doing, or?
Yeah, no, this is so one, yeah, once the foundational elements are there, once someone can actually buy something that they want to buy and whatnot, and there's more revenue, more coming in than is going out, then yeah, at some point in time, I'll be bringing on some other team members, definitely some additional artists on a more of a part-time to full-time, rather than contract as it is now. I've got some characters that you haven't seen at all already in the queue, that no one's seen, but there's definitely more coming there. And then, yeah, as far as other apps or whatnot, no, this is Kreechures. this is it. This is whether it gets much bigger or doesn't. This is my little baby, and I'm gonna make something. I might be the only one playing it. My kids might be the only one playing it. As they come down every night, like, Daddy, when is the energy resetting? We used all our energy today. I'm like, well, you have to wait, until tomorrow, like everyone else. So there might be like 4 players, but that's fine. At least it'll be really fun for them. So no other projects.
No, I'm sure your kids love it, and it's great to have a project, and especially how like this year's been with all the lockdowns and stuff, and it's probably been good to be busy. I know with me with CryptoKid News, it's probably done me for a world of good, really speaking to a bunch of people. I'm really glad actually that you haven't got another project in the works actually, because it sounds like you're very dedicated to making this project a success, and you're not just trying to like integrate the KRE and the SDKs to then get money.
Yeah, I'm actually yeah, it's I'm not integrated just yet. Like all of the earns that went out today, early this morning, those don't count for the Cree. They are working on, the Kin Foundation. They're working on the web SDK. There's not a web SDK today. They're knocking that out. I'm going to integrate with that immediately when it is available. And but no, that's I love it. That's the goal. But this is even without anything from the integration from the Cree, it's still a Kin project, and are utilizing Kin, and I still love it, and it's still coming out.
Speaking about the KRE, the Kin Rewards engine, it's just mind-boggling that no one else has done it. So I know this is off
I know
topic.
it's
It's just
I'm blown
amazing.
away. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm really surprised that someone else hasn't actually done this yet. It's just absolutely amazing, and I'm really interested to see how it actually goes in the future and how people utilize it, because we're starting to see apps like PeerBet doing staking, and I know one or two people who are waiting for the web SDK. So once that is done, it's going to open up a lot of doors for Kin.
I think it's going to explode once that's
Definitely.
that I absolutely understand why mobile came first, and agree with. I would have made the same decision.
Yeah,
But the barrier to entry for web development is much. I think there's a lot more web developers than there are mobile developers, by probably magnitudes. And I have no proof to back that up. That's just what I think. And yeah, so I think that web SDK is going to be just a critical point to expand adoption.
definitely. I mean, there's various type of apps I can think of which could really utilize it, and hopefully that will open doors for maybe bigger apps to join, not just people creating new apps.
Right.
Buying and selling sites, maybe something good like that. I'm also looking forward to the Unity SDK. I I did see somewhere that I believe it is on their roadmap somewhere.
Is it in the bounty program? And I don't think they call it the bounty program. The I can't remember what it's called, but I thought it
Yeah,
was in that program.
I did see it somewhere that it's going to happen at some point. But I think with all these little things coming together, the Web SDK, the Unity.
It's an amazing time, and it's not forgetting Solana and the blockchain. Like, it is certainly the Solana superhighway. Like, it is so fast, and it enables those, like you mentioned, the potentials are the limitation now is our creativity, right? So even without the Cree, the Kin, not having to do any math of like, all right, this thing's going to cost me 0.00001 dollars because it's in Bitcoin or something else. No, it's 1,000 Kin or whatever. That plus the speed of the blockchain just
It is
eliminates
fast.
so many friction points on both sides. The user, the player, and then at the development itself. It's amazing.
It is amazing. I mean, like, I can't wait till Kin gets that sort of recognition that it deserves. The team's been quietly building for years now.
Through some difficult times. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
and this isn't just a a typical cryptocurrency. Oh, our crypto's fast, but we've got no use case. This is them working hard to actually change the lives of millions of people. And so yeah, I'm very 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 excited to see it. And it's been great to see the user adoption grow, and all the new people on Twitter and Reddit showing up, which has been
Yeah,
amazing.
and it's starting to get outside of the I call it the crypto bubble. We're certainly very much in not just you and I, but crypto Twitter and whatnot, like in our own little universe, right? And the typical crypto enthusiast, it's a small bubble, relatively speaking to the size of our planet, okay? And the users out there, and I've seen the DMs that I'm getting, the activity that I'm seeing on the Kreechure Twitter, and then on other under other accounts as well, such as yours or whatnot. It seems like not just enthusiasts are coming in and consuming, whether it's apps or being active or whatnot, but people that are just not in that bubble. And games in general, certainly I'm biased. I'm making a game, but there's other apps that are being developed today that are not focused on like the crypto enthusiast. They're just focused on a person who wants to have fun or a person who just wants to get something done or whatnot. So yeah, it's exciting times, and it's going to be, in my opinion, just an amazing year for Ken and Solana and a lot of people.
Yeah, it's really nice to see that sort of integration and communities come together. And it seems like we're starting to get a lot of like XRP people coming over and seeing Kin in a different light, and some big influencers as well.
Yeah, we're stronger together, right? And as each of these projects have their own unique attributes and use cases. And as we start to enter a phase where there's actual real utilization across the different use cases that each cryptocurrency or crypto is targeted for, or probably best for. Yeah, that's we're stronger together. Like we definitely rely on each other. Like Ken and Solana, um, uh, uh, definitely, and some of the other projects. So yeah, I just it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah,
It's fun seeing like there's so many people building things. It's like almost every day is Christmas, right? There's almost every day there's some new toy to play with, and it's just exciting. It's really keeps my attention, especially during these times. Like we talked about like you with Crypto Canyon News, and actually talking to like another human being, probably more often than you've been able to this last year. Yeah, all these new projects, little gifts for us every couple of days. That's just wows us.
yeah, no, definitely. So yeah, I guess my last question to you then is, where do you see Kin within the next year, and what are you most excited about?
So I just really in the next year I see an explosion of apps, especially as that web SDK comes out. It's going to be amazing. So yeah, what I'm excited about is just that the uh, the diversity of apps that I imagine that will come out, um, and it not really those apps not targeting enthusiasts. Like I think we're going to see more, traditional, like mainstream type of experiences being available to a user who's not a crypto enthusiast. So lots of apps, but not just targeted at you and I, targeted at everyone. So that's what I'm most excited about for the next year.
Cool. Well, it's been very good to have you. Thank you ever so much for coming on, and we'll definitely have to make another video once you've got more released, because I'm sure the community would love to have you on.
Yeah, thank you for having me on, and absolutely, there's more to come, and I can't wait to show it off when it's there. But hey, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
That's fine. Thank you ever so much.